Mr. Moore from West Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam Secretary, for being here. The union labor in my district is very thrilled to have you. All the workers in West Virginia are thrilled to have you in this position, so thank you. Just by background, I would mention, since we're talking about trade school, myself, I went to trade school. I actually used to be a welder. That's how I started off my career. Come from a multi-generational family of labor union membership, and it provided my family a very good life, and we owe a lot to that. To that end, I wanted to highlight something for you, and that is this program when I was state treasurer of West Virginia that I started that I'd like to work on with your office, and I'm going to introduce legislation on. It's called the Jump Start Savings Program. So one of the things I noticed when I was working in labor myself is that when you'd graduate from one of these apprenticeship programs or trade school, sometimes the barrier of entry into the workforce was not so much paying for the school. You know, obviously union apprenticeship is structurally different than that. But when you were coming out, it was difficult to get going where you had to buy the tools or equipment necessary, licenses, certifications, or new business startup costs to really get going. So we started this program called Jump Start, which was endorsed in the West Virginia legislature and passed in the legislature, but endorsed by our trade unions as well as the Chamber of Commerce. Not too often those two come together on something. And what the program does, it allows individuals to start a savings account that looks like a 529 but functions different, and it's for after graduation. And it allows individuals to save money for tools, equipment, licenses, certifications, and new business startup costs, and the accounts stay open in perpetuity. Now, one of the structural issues that we had, because it was a state-level program, we had tax incentives on it where you could write off up to $25,000 a year, money that went into the account, or as you pulled money out, up to $25,000. So it was a tax-advantaged account. 529, the college savings plan, obviously, you're not paying the capital gains tax, and that's a federal issue, right? We were able to waive it at the state level, but not at the federal level. This is a program that I think that would be really beneficial to the workers of this country when they're coming out of a trade school, coming out of a union apprenticeship program, looking to start a new business, because we're always thinking about trade school and apprenticeship programs, and those are great, and we need more of them. We absolutely need more of them. Just in my district alone, where we have Northern Community College, the welders there, it's hard to keep them long enough to graduate because they're getting jobs so fast. So that's the struggle, is that so many of them are so employable, they're going out and working immediately. But is this something that you think your office would be willing to work with my office in trying to get a piece of legislation together and pass here in Congress?
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing more than an agency, or, I mean, we used to work with agencies as a member of Congress to assist in any of the technical assistance that you need to get that done. And as you work through Congress, I would look forward to working with you on this issue and you know, get it across the line if that's something Congress wants to focus on. Absolutely.
Well, I hope they will, and I'd look to the other side of the aisle. Maybe perhaps some of them might be interested in supporting this. It passed bipartisanly in the West Virginia state legislature, and I'll give you one example, like auto mechanics is a great one. They have to buy all of their own tools when they come out of school, and it's tens of thousands of dollars. And if they don't have the ability to save to be able to buy those tools, it's a real barrier to entry into the workforce. And that's just one great example. I'll end with this, is that in terms of protecting the workers out there, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the tragedy that happened in northern West Virginia under the last administration. We were not able to get tariff relief on tin plate steel in this country. President Biden refused to put tariffs on tin plate steel. We had to idle a steel plant in Weirton, West Virginia that cost us over 3,000 United Steelworker jobs, and nobody did anything about it. The Biden administration was supposed to be the most pro-union administration in history, left them in the dark. I mean, it's a tragedy. They got sold out for whatever reason by Beijing Biden, and they all lost their jobs. And that plant is idled. We used to have 2 blast furnaces in the United States that made tinplate steel. We're now down to 1 left. So thank you for your work that you're doing with USTR. And if you want to support workers, I would support tariffs. If on the other side of the aisle you want to support workers, support tariffs on steel and aluminum, because that's a way that we're going to protect those jobs. I yield back. Thank you.